Hi, Vicki York here with Manna Cafe. When is the last time that you went into a grocery store and something like this happened? You decided you wanted a bag of apples or maybe something like this bag of carrots. And you turned it around and you took a look and there was one bad piece of fruit or vegetable, like one unhappy carrot in this bag. And so you thought to yourself, well, I'm not spending my good money on that. And so you put it away. You put it back and you picked another bag. Well, we've all done that, right? We all do it all the time. And this is part of the American mindset, the American consumerism mindset. We're all guilty of it. That convinces us that when it comes to buying food, we have to have absolute perfection. We want it to look amazing and shiny, and we want the rainforest in the produce section, right? We like that. Well, the end result of this kind of mindset in our country is that there are a horrible number of pounds of food being disposed of every night in our restaurants, our grocery stores, all across the country. It's awful. They say that an average, one grocery store each night in America, an average is about 2,000 pounds that's being thrown away. Now keep in mind that 1,800 pounds of this is still good, viable food that people could be eating, but they're not eating. So the travesty that we have in this country is that we have a grocery store right here that's throwing away thousands of pounds of food, and right next door to it, we have a family living that doesn't have enough grocery money to stretch for the month, and their kids are going to bed hungry. I mean, this happens all the time in America. So I want to just fill you in a little bit about a program that we have at Manna Cafe that you might not know a whole lot about. Most people know that we give away a whole lot of food, and that's what we're known for, and that's great. But something else that we do is a program called Picking Up Manna. And we go out to these grocery stores and restaurants and even schools, farmers markets, things like that. And because of the generosity of these places, I mean, because they have the legal right to just throw this stuff in the dumpster and so that it ends up in the landfill. They have that right legally, but they are generous enough to allow us to come and get it. And so our program, like I said, it's called Picking Up Manna. It involves a couple of big refrigerated trucks. It involves a few drivers who go out faithfully. And honestly, we pick stuff up 7 days a week from different places. Now, some days are much bigger than other days when it comes to pickups, but 7 days a week, someone is picking up food from somewhere in this town. The end result of this is that last year, we distributed at Manna Cafe 1.8 million pounds of food in 1 year. Thank you, Jesus. Well, 1.2 million pounds of that was rescued food. We call it rescued food because we're rescuing it from the dumpster, and we're pairing it with people who will use it and enjoy it and become more healthy and be fed and have nutrients because of it. So 1.2 million pounds of our food was rescued. Now, if you do the math, you'll figure out that leaves about 600,000 pounds of food that we still have to either purchase or has to be donated through big food drives and stuff like that. So if you are giving your money specifically to Manna Cafe to purchase food, don't worry. We're using it. It's going to good use. We need it. And it's still very, very vital. But every once in a while, on a holiday, I will go with Kenny. He'll kind of give our team a break, our drivers a break, and he will do the food pickups. So I want to show you this picture. And because I'm not technologically advanced, I'm going to have to do it this way. All right, take a look at this picture. You see that? There's Kenny with a pallet, a rolling pallet, I guess you call it, or whatever. And he's got this huge stack of food. Well, this is one Walmart, 1 day in Clarksville. We got this. This is one pickup in 1 day. And that's very typical. That's just simply what we get from these stores here in town. Isn't that amazing? That's thousands of pounds of produce. And a vast majority of what we pick up is beautiful produce. Beautiful. Because like I said, as consumers, we want beautiful food. Therefore, the stores have to buy surplus. They have to buy too much. Or think about it this way, something else that we as consumers demand. Let's say I'm going into a store and I decide to buy something that not a lot of people buy, like a kumquat. And I really don't know what a kumquat is, but for the sake of our story, excuse me, I go into a store to buy a kumquat. And the bin, the tub where the kumquats go, well, it's down to about 4 kumquats because there's not a lot of demand for them. I, as a typical American consumer, am going to pass that up and say, I don't think I want a kumquat. There must be something wrong with them because that bin isn't full. It's just a mentality. It's just a mindset. But because of that, we have our stores, our restaurants, buying too much food, feeling like they have to do that, or else we are not going to buy it. So it's this bad cycle that we're in. Well, there is something called, let me think, the Emerson Good Samaritan Act, and it protects restaurants and stores and whatnot. It protects them so that if they give away this food, instead of throwing it in the dumpster, if they give it away in good faith, they are protected against being sued. If we perhaps cook up these carrots and serve them in a stew and somebody gets sick and then they decide, oh, I want to sue somebody, they're protected from that. So they can give this food away. And like I said, in Clarksville, we have some amazing stores and restaurants that do allow us to have it. So we're very appreciative of that, very much so. So what I would like to stress here is that you might have known that we give away food at Manna Cafe, but now you know we're green. While we're pairing this food with our hungry citizens here in town, we are actually even helping the environment. We're keeping this stuff out of landfills. We are helping the environment to stay green. So keep that in mind. Different ways that you can help is, of course, we still need to purchase things like fuel. We need to maintain these trucks that go out on the road. We have to take care of them, buy tags, insurance, do repairs. We have to pay drivers. So definitely we still need your monetary help. And if you have a free evening, for example, there are certain evenings when we go to a certain coffee shop or sandwich shop here in town, and we pick up their surplus and bring it back. And in order to keep our team from just dying of exhaustion, we like to have volunteers to do some of this. And if you think one of those periodic pickups is something that you could do, that would be awesome. Just call our office, 931-933-0970, and ask for Libby. She will sign you up because that's a very valuable way to help. Also, if you're watching this video and you're part of a food-oriented nonprofit, please see what you can do about this same sort of program like we have with Picking Up Manna. See what you can do about going out there and getting all this viable, healthy, amazing food and pairing it with your clients, and see what you can do to help your town and your economy and your environment. All right? So that's just kind of to bring you up to speed about something that we do at Manna Cafe. I hope you find this as interesting and exciting as I do. So stay with us. I'm going to keep talking about different programs that we do and bringing you up to speed on other things, Manna Cafe related and Serve Your Neighbor related. So stick with me. I'll see you next time.